Kia ora koutou. My name's, as we said, James, and I'm here to talk to you today about marketing. So some of you may have been in the session I gave at the start of the year, maybe. Some people maybe not. So I'm going to recap a little bit on that, and then I'd really like to get to a point where we can have a big Q&A and everyone can ask all the poignant points that they've been wanting to ask of marketing and go, where's this and where's that? But here we go. So this is me. Official title at the moment is the Executive Assistant to Marketing, the SIP Projects Coordinator, SIP Productions Team Leader, Multi-Student Liaison, Pacific Student Liaison. I'm very fortunate to work under Chami, who's here today. Thanks for coming along, Chami. And this is sort of our structure for the marketing team. So we've got Chami at the top, looks after all the marketing, and then me looking after our wonderful team, who we're very lucky to have. So Kylie, if people don't know Kylie, she's our media liaison and star liaison. Kylie Lindroos. We've got Laura, who most people hopefully will know Laura. She's been around for a while, so she's our school liaison. We've got Vicky, who's one of our one of our designers, graphic designers. Olga, who's our student liaison, so she works mostly on the info line, so handling all our requests, which we average about between 50, 60 requests a day on our info line. So she puts all that information out back to them, gets in touch. Often, some of you probably would have had an info line email forwarded to you at some point. So that's Olga. If you ever feel like, we'll get into this a bit later, but if you ever feel like you've got an info line thing sent through to you that you don't feel like that you need to answer, please respond to Olga and let her know the information that you'd like passed on. So she is just learning about all of our courses and what is and isn't needed said. And Yassis, our main man, he's our event coordinator, so he's all over the show doing everything. And then we've got Chris, who's our other graphic designer. So that's the marketing team. I don't have the production team, but we have mailing, Ash Bartlett, Matt Inns, and Nick McGrath, who's our production team. And so the production team are responsible for all of the video work. So we make everything from educational videos, promotional videos, television commercials, external work for other companies. But yeah, I'll start off. I'm going to play a short video from last year, and I'll probably just glaze over this because I've got a bit to get through. So last year I talked about our strategy, our strategy for marketing at SOT. So this is our holistic approach to marketing at SOT. So we hook, inform, convert, enrich, so that students succeed. And that's key. This is our flow chart here for this. So success is key. There's another way we can look at that. So that hook is like our prospective students, our interested party. Then they're converted, they're thinking about applying, they apply, we've converted that student, and now they're studying with us, so we enrich their study so that they can graduate, get employed, and go into further study, so staircase. So there's another way we can look at this, and that is classic, old, when it comes up, marketing funnel. So we hook them in at the top of the funnel. They go through the funnel where we inform them when they finally convert, where we drip them out the bottom, enrich them, and succeed them. So successful students are really important. Because they feed in at the top. After a successful student's gone out into the world and they're in employment or they're studying again, they're going to talk to their friends, they're going to talk to their family, they're going to tell people about SOT, and then they're going to come looking at us again. Another person who's thinking about studying here might talk to someone who studied here and going, hey, what was that course like? So they're going to give them more information. They might even go, hey, I'm really thinking about studying at SOT, what was your experience like? And that's where they're going to convert. So success creates further success. And here's where we evaluate our processes. And so where should we evaluate? Everywhere. We need to evaluate every little step along the way if we're to create more cohesiveness. So here's just some real quickly, these are just like some of the hook things that we do. We'll go a little bit more into that. Here's some of our informative ways that we inform people. And then where we convert people. And this is where staff really become, our tutorial staff really become important in the process. So there's something that flows right through this whole funnel and envelops the whole process, and that's the student experience. So we believe that through the moment that a student connects with our brand to the moment that they either walk along the stage or go off and get a job, that experience has to flow. And so in order for the student to flow smoothly through our funnel and succeed, we need to look at ways of reducing friction. So friction in our funnel are any points that might make a student not want to study here, and some things we can't control, like Invercargill's weather. So we can't, that's a friction point that we have to combat all the time, Invercargill as a city. But then there are other things like how the application process, how they receive information that we can control and that we're constantly working on and trying to improve. And this is where we all come together and building success through cohesive marketing. So that was this year's presentation. So we'll move on from there. And so cohesion, it's the action or fact of forming a united whole, for those of you who didn't know what cohesion is. And so really marketing's only as good as the wonderful help we receive from all our staff at SOT. So we really want to share that success of our students with other prospective students to create more success, and then we'll just get this snowball, and then everyone will come here and study here because we're awesome, right?
Yes,
right? SOT's awesome, right? Okay. So the two main types of marketing that we use are organic and inorganic. And another way to look at that is like paid and unpaid. So to give you an example, paid would be like where we put an ad in the paper. And we get a snazzy photo and we put in some information, and that's kind of like a hook. Whereas our organic unpaid material is where we have our students, say at Hokanui, and then they get in the paper and we have this ad about our students' success in Hokanui. That's unpaid, that's organic, and you can't really put a price on that because there's another term, hard and soft marketing, and so this is soft marketing. And more people are moving to this soft marketing. Like, how many people here kind of watch television ads now? Who here watches TV ads? We can like skip them now. Most people can or we're on Netflix and you don't even get ads, right? What, you still watch the old ad?
I love them.
You love ads, top man. That's awesome. But as human beings, I think we've really smartened up about how we receive information, and so we don't want information bombarding us, we won't take it, right? We won't take that on. We'll ignore it. And so this organic, unpaid marketing material is really, these are our success stories of our students, or interesting things that our students are doing, and this is where we're really hoping to push, and things on social media are really helping this move. Like everyone's on their facey, and we're all saying, oh cool, they did that, that's awesome, we can like that. And that to us is really important. And so we're always looking for, so I hope that at any success story, at any level, please come and talk to us. And success isn't winning some national competition. It might be, a single mum completing a certificate. That's success, and that's going to encourage other people to study and succeed. Right. So here's sort of going back to our main types of marketing. So we've got our profiles, our students, staff. Believe it or not, people are interested in yous, all right? So we want to tell them how great you are, tell them what research you're doing, and try and get that to them as well, because students identify, like if you're thinking about a logical, I'm going to study there, you want to know, who you're going to be studying, who's going to be teaching you is actually one of those points. So that's around a conversion point. We've got our lovely production team who make all of our snazzy videos. We might get time to play a couple. Oh yeah, heaps of time, flying through me. Okay, so social media, that's like our Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. What we're trying to achieve with Facebook, which is slowly happening, is trying to like funnel everything through our main page. So we've got a couple of pages. We've got student services where we see that that's an enriching tool to enrich our current students' lives while they study, offering them the different opportunities, as well as our main page, which is also one of our hooks. So we'll use that where we might put up a video, we might put up a photo, some photos of an event, and then we can boost that and get it out to other people that aren't just our students. And that's the sort of more focused you can make social media, the more impact you can have with it. So if you think of like having hold up but different pages for every sort of area, it kind of dilutes your accuracy, if that's a thing. And so we've got all of our print media, that's like our magazines, expos we go to. So this year, I don't know the exact number, but we've probably been to got to be about 30 expos this year. It's about right, eh, Jamie? Sounds about right. So our team, usually in pairs, travel around New Zealand, going to careers expos in different cities and trying to talk to people about coming down here. School visits, which is another key one. Open nights, open days, TV commercials, billboards, websites, radio, word of mouth, sponsorships, community interaction, and so on and so on. I won't probably listed everything. But so who here can, let's go. So profiles, is that a hook, informative, or a conversion point? Probably all three, right? Right. So something like a TV commercial though, however, it can only be so informative to a point. Like some people might convert with the TV, but more likely what that's going to do is hook them and they're going to come check out our website, right? So that's like a hook tool. It's similar to a billboard that's kind of more of a hook. Like there's a little bit, probably get some more information on there. But our main tool for selling and converting is got to be the website, because that's, if you look at our figures for traffic to our website, it's ridiculous. So we average about a month, I think we get about 30,000 people come and look at our website. Of them, generally about half of them are new. So if you think about those figures and then you think about how many people are actually then studying here, so there's obviously a filter effect down, but and I don't have any figures to compare that to other website traffic, so I can't make any conclusions, but it's obviously a really big tool. So we're trying to work a lot closer with IT to create more interactive areas on our websites, create more user-friendly navigation, streamlining the enrollment process, and in turn reducing our friction. So, any questions about any of that so far?
Who monitors the social media side?
In terms of like what the content is?
Yeah, and
Like how do you get stuff up on there and stuff?
well, A, how do people get stuff up on there, and B, who monitors once it's up there in terms of commenting?
Commentating, yeah. So that's the digital marketing. So I'll get to what they do in a second. So I don't know why that's there, so we'll move on. So I'll play a couple of videos real quick. Oh, well, no, I can talk about that. So social media, so has anyone ever emailed digital marketing? Yeah. Yeah, loads of people. So that's Laura and Kylie, essentially.
Completely newbie nutty question. What is digital marketing? Is that any marketing that's in a digital format?
Something like that. They're responsible for the website
Oh, okay.
and social media. Yeah, so I guess it's marketing in a digital platform. Yeah. I think it's just an email that they've made that they can connect people into to give access, IT can give people access to different areas. I think that's the reason behind it. So yeah, so that's Kylie and Laura, so to put a face to the email address. And so if you've got some success stories, please contact digital marketing, but it's better if you can CC me in, and then I can ignore it for 2 weeks. Okay, sorry. Is it too soon? Too soon? No.
James, with the website, you know, with the engineering one that you've just done recently, the construction videos, are they popped into the website?
It's a great question. So I can show you the website. No, we're in the process of trying to get it up the top and it's getting there. We're getting there. But currently at the moment, a lot of the videos will be either found on YouTube or at the bottom when you get your staff profile. Have you ever been on a web area and you click across? So sometimes they load the video in there, and I think that's where probably they're getting lost. Yep. So I'll just give everyone a couple of examples of videos. So this is one we've done for engineering. I don't know if we're going to have sound, are we? Oh yeah, there we go. Right, so that's like a hook, right? Like that's doesn't tell us too much about the course. It's not telling me when it starts. It's not telling me, you know, I'm going to get some idea about what we're doing. But the idea is like we're identifying that on Facebook. There's an algorithm if your video is around 30 seconds that it's going to get played and watched more. So the idea is that that's going to hook someone in. They click there, they can go to an engineering site, and then they could watch something which is a little bit more like this.
Hi, I'm Calvin from Wilkinson, study mechanical engineering level 2 at SIT. Helped me get an apprenticeship in sheet metal engineering. I studied with SIT because it gave me a head start into the industry. So the course is 6 months, and you're going 3 days a week for 6 months, so that gives you 2 days to get work experience and help you get into the industry as you're learning. I enjoyed SIT course the most, where I could try new things that I hadn't done at school, or things that we weren't quite high enough level for, and give us an experience with new tools and new ideas, and you learn a lot more. I found the way the tutors taught us was really good. It helped us because they gave us practical examples of each thing we were looking at in theory, so you could relate it to something you actually knew about, and it helped you understand it. And then if you needed help with practical stuff, the tutors had all done it before, so they knew what they were talking about. It made it really easy. So we did a lot of welding, TIG, MIG, arc, and a wee bit of alloy welding. That gave us a really good background, and it gave us skills for all the different types of work in the industry, so you could move to at least 3 or 4 different trades from the one course. I think we had about 16 people in our class, which was quite good, because it's sort of like you didn't have too many people that know you'd use the machine, so like you were still small enough that the tutors would get around and talk to everyone. I'd quite like to get into the design engineering later on, but I need the basic trade behind me so that I've got experience in that, so I know what I'm talking about. The advice I'd give to somebody looking to study in the engineering course is to just try hard with their paperwork. As long as they've got the paperwork sorted, the rest of it sort of comes quite easily because you know what you're doing. So as long as you're ahead with that, you're good.
Cool, right? So that's what everyone think of that. Get a lot more out of that, right? But it's sort of, yeah. So, but you're not necessarily gonna watch that if you're not interested in engineering. Do you know what I mean? So at that point, we want to try and hook someone in and go, yeah, I'm thinking about engineering. They watch that and they go, oh, that guy had a great time, so I can go have a great time. That's the idea anyway. So that's, again, though, that organic and inorganic, that one's kind of in between, I guess. Whereas an example of something that's a bit more soft, inorganic, I just won't play the whole thing, I'll just play it real quick. But so this is something that we've been working with Doug in audio and music. Right, okay, this is where we go. So you get the idea. So basically this is just we're calling it the SIT School of Audio Production studio session. And it's literally just like a music video of, this is a student band, but it's all recorded by the audio students live in our facilities. And so this is like what we're talking about, this soft marketing. So if they can get So these guys shared this video on Facebook and got like 10,000 views or whatever because they're a band. And so if we can get other big bands in and show our facilities off, this is just one example. This is like great organic marketing, and people aren't watching this and going, "Oh God, SOT, they're ramming another ad down my throat." Like it's kind of like especially if you liked the music. Yeah, so that was just a couple of examples of video work. So this production team's pretty busy, but we'd love it if anyone ever wants anything filmed to please come and talk to us, because we might be able to fit it in, but if we can't, we can't. But we're not going to know if we can fit it in if we don't get asked to film something, if that makes sense. Might have been a bit rambly. So I'm just going to get into some real quickly, some more boring stuff. So I just wanted to kind of give a bit of clarification around the website and how the information comes to our viewers, our leads, our prospective students. So when a new course comes out, we have the information is, once it goes through academic board, the information's added from the academic board documents into Artina by Chris. So this draft then gets sent to the program manager, where the PM checks the information and changes anything, adds anything, and then approves the draft. The draft then comes back to digital marketing, which is Laura and Kylie, and they check the spelling. And then if it's a new course, we have to wait for the NZQA approval, usually before it goes live. But there are certain circumstances where we've put disclaimers saying awaiting accreditation, that sort of thing. When it's an existing course, the PM checks the program. If they find anything that they want changed, the dates, hey, oi, guys, my date's wrong. Happens all the time. Email digital marketing, CC me in. Digital marketing make the changes, send you back a draft that you then have to check and approve. And where you can add, and then you approve the draft, it comes back, digital marketing, check the spelling, and make it live. So does everyone understand that process?
Mr. Chief James,
I might be wrong, is it wrong?
I'm just wondering about it going through Terry or Roy into Artina and then that way, because they're going to make the changes there as well.
Doesn't work that way.
No, it didn't.
Doesn't work that way. Would cut out a middleman, and I agree, Russell, and I'd love for that system to be in place, but IT's looking at implementing that, they said, in the future, where it just can take the information directly from a course request. So we then also, usually Laura or Kylie checks when we get a course request come through, they'll check and then try and update stuff. So if it's just a date change or something like that, we don't always send it to you. Sometimes they'll just update the date from a course request. Yeah. But we're like, because we don't always know, like marketing don't always know if there's been quite a major change. Like this year, I think we had a couple where they had, Chris had put in some information that was out of date now for the application criteria. And so it got picked up eventually, but probably when someone didn't meet the criteria and they went, where'd you get that information from? And they went to the website and then went, well, the hell's this information wrong? But anyway, big circle and we're back here. So this is where you've probably, who's seen this email? Who gets these emails? Yeah. So this is what the draft is, right? So you get this draft, click that link, that takes you to this screen here. Who knows this screen here? So what everyone doesn't know necessarily is that beautifully hidden is a couple of little tabs here. And so once you click these tabs, sorry team, I know this is boring, but it's pretty important. So this is where you mainly can update and add information. And then down here, especially for course papers. So some people already do this and it's fantastic and I love it because no one kind of understands the course as good as you guys, right? You guys have put them together, you've put in the time, you've developed it, you're teaching it, you're living it every day. And marketing can't quite get a level of comprehension that you can. And so it's just great if you're able to come in and go like, I don't know what this course is, but it's just got the credits and the number and the title. But a student can't read that and get a comprehension of what they're going to do in that paper. So it's just great if a little bit can be added from wherever, because we don't actually have that information. That's just how it comes to us. There are certain things that can't be changed through TEC, like the name of the course. We're legally obligated to put the name of the course, the duration, the cost, the credits. There's things like that that we can't change. But where we can change stuff is things like in the description, that what am I going to do on this course, what are the career outcomes, that's where we can give the students some information, whether they read it or not. There's going to be a percentage that don't ever read anything, but that's why we have open nights and they can come in and talk to you in it. So, yeah, so so you can see this is me going through the 3 tabs. So this is the middle tab, and then that's the additional tab, and this is quite a big one, right? So is everyone, and then finally, once you've gone through and you've added all your beautiful things that you want to add about your course, you accept the changes, and that'll go back to Laura, and they can proofread it and make it live.
James, is
Yeah.
there any reason that the information that you give for the prospectus, which has some of those same descriptions, can't be given to the same digital marketing people, the same as putting it in twice?
Yeah, so the information from the prospectus comes from the website. So IT have created a system where when we pull our prospectus, it literally pulls the information from the website. So Chris is in the process now. She's just pulled the 2018 prospectus. There's still a few courses that we don't know where they're accredited or changed or what's going to happen. So we're trying to work through that at the moment. She's about to go back and pull all the wee booklets, because there's some booklets, you know how we've split out the booklets into areas. So some booklets don't have any courses changing. So we're in the process of, she's about to pull them from the website. So
So if we make a change on
the website.
No, if we make a change, Chris sends it to us to check from a prospectus.
Yeah, so I think Chris is more involved at the base level. So when the course is first created, she takes that information from Academic Board and puts that into Artina. From that point, it's mainly digital marketing. So it's Laura and Kylie. Yeah, and you can email them directly. You don't have to email digital marketing. We're not elitist. Feel free to get in touch with us personally, ring us up. And we are, I can honestly say, the girls, we are doing our best and we are really trying hard. And so if you see something, please let us know. It's no good seeing something and then saying, geez, those marketing guys aren't doing a good job, because that's not cohesive marketing together, creating success, is it? And that's where we want to get to. So, which brings me to my next slide, where I'm going to wrap it up.
James,
Yes, please do.
so
Q&A.
The way I understood was that when I created that course, it went straight to Row, and then she actually created it.
Yeah, so that's one. So we've got this arm out here where we've got admin, right?
I jump in as well. So we've got course requests that come through, and the course requests is what you guys do. That goes to admin, and they build those courses in Artina.
No, I presume it's right before it goes to you.
Course request information will
They
come through.
go parallel to each other, the systems.
However,
Yeah.
that information cannot be pulled out of Artina into Sims just yet.
Yeah.
So Sims is where we get our information for the prospectus, and Sims is where we copy and paste what comes from Academic Board. So like information on the papers that are delivered and so on and so forth, okay? So there are two different areas that have to be pulled together by a person manually to get that information put up onto the particular program page. So from the course request, we understand start and end dates. Yes, just the units, the level, and all of that stuff. So it's really at the moment it is a very manual process, and the main issue that we're having is that our website is we're pushing to get an upgrade to it to make it easier for people to navigate and find information that they want to. So once that's done, then that new platform will kind of like talk to Artina and Sims to pull that information. We're trying to make it
Hopefully.
as simple as possible, but it's a little bit hard in the background to get it, three systems talking to each other. So that's the area that we've got a problem with. So what was said before is changes that are made on prospectus that we should be able to feed that back up, James, to through digital marketing. So if anything comes back to any person within the marketing
Yeah,
team,
totally. Yeah.
we should be able to get that uploaded on.
Yeah, definitely. So if you get given a booklet from Chris to proof or whatever, if you've got changes, if you find information wrong on that, then guaranteed that'll mean the website's wrong. So she can then feed that, and she'll feed that back to the girls who will then change it, and you'll get a draft back, hopefully, if our system's working. So that side of it with course requests and building all that goes right down to online enrollments over here. So and it's all this big Tai Chi reciprocal circle of craziness that we've got to get through, but we've got to get through it, so we do it. And that's where, so getting course requests in early is really key, because it can hold up us getting our information right on the website, can hold up the online enrolment process, which is quite a big ordeal. Like, it takes them a long time to load in those courses and check the enrolment process. So they're frantically there. They've got to build it all. The online enrolment process is quite a big thing too. So that's out over here, but then ties through. So
if they've got a description, if they haven't got a description of the actual unit, in the course request, you'd like that written into it beside the unit.
ideally, yeah, I think it's good information for our students.
Well, that's a good point, totally.
Yeah. But if you don't have time and you've got it somewhere in a digital format that we can copy and paste it, send it through.
Okay.
I'm not asking. I know, because honestly, I know everyone is doing the best they can with the time and resources that we have, and everyone's under the pump, right? So I don't want to create more work for people. I just want to work out a system, let you know that this is the system, and how that system works, so that we can cohesively work together and create that success.
Curriculum documents probably have that information.
Yeah.
So we might need to find a way of getting.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got,
I usually just
once it's there, it's there. Like, it's only when it's a new course or it's not there. So so we're in the process of going through and hopefully identifying which courses have those descriptions and that.
And there's a lot of changes, as you know, this year going into next year.
Yeah, huge. Yeah. Cool.
Any more minutes?
Any more questions from anyone about anything? Anything that you've ever wanted to know? Even if it's why haven't you replied to that email I sent you 3 weeks ago?
What can you do for allied stuff? Because this is, I've learned heaps about.
Yeah, so allied stuff, we're in the process of, right now we're filming a workshop for training, as you may be aware, Sonia. Look, we're really, one thing I will touch on is the branding, the cohesive branding that we're really trying to pull together for SIT. So if you've got a poster for anything, come and talk to us, because I'd rather work with you on a poster and have it look like everything else that SIT produces than so we're open to that. So come and talk to us. So there's that side of things. We can work on branding. We can work.
I think you should point out also we've gone away from those big sort of ribbons, and it's stacked on the side now. SIT Zero Fees is new. So before we had a circle around the zero fees to show that it was zero fees. So that's really old branding. It's no longer being used. So we're trying to make sure that we have more cleaner lines, simpler lines, uncluttered photos, simple images, just making it really easy for consumers that have so much information. Instead of adding to that, we want to declutter and make it quite simple, because we are quite simple. Zero fees would give a great outcome with the zero fees, so just come to Invercargill, and that's what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
This is a central point where we can get copies of logos and PowerPoint.
So we're working on that as well. Plus, we've got a document which is a branding guideline.
Yes.
Yeah.
And please don't copy from the website, because it's on a blue background and you're putting it on a white document, and you've got a blue box with a white logo, and it's not quite there. So we've got the proper full color logo that is available to anybody who wants to use it. Just email Chris, or actually email digital marketing, I think, because that email is...
or marketing. There is also a marketing email, which is everyone. Charmy will get that as well, though, just to let everyone know, because I forget sometimes.
Is that something that could be sent out via global distribution to say
I think
this is the stuff you can
We can
use?
put it on A to
Yes,
Z,
on-
put it on the link there, and people can use it from there. So there will be the guidelines and how to use the different logos on the different coloured backgrounds. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Yes.
How do you handle branding with regard to different target audiences?
And that's a
you know,
fantastic
students?
question,
Because
Catherine.
obviously an engineering student's looking for something a bit different than a
Yeah.
visual arts students, and I look at other schools and they've got quite different approaches to audience.
Yes, and that's something definitely we're trying to develop and work towards with you guys, hopefully. So we see that video with Doug that we've done the studio sit-down session. So that's something that we've personally been working like very closely with Doug on, where he's identified what he thinks will be a specific marketing tool for his area. And that's where, yeah, definitely I think we need to think of SIT generically, but also you're right, as in like someone who wants to take nursing is going to be potentially quite different to someone who wants to take the arts or audio or IT to, you know, everyone's quite niche, and that's where the job actually gets really quite tricky. Yeah, so
we need to build student profiles really for different program areas to allow us to enable to target them properly. With social media, the best thing is that you can geo-target them demographically, categorize them who you want. If you want a 15-year-old that's in a particular region, male, you can target that specific person. Okay, so it's very, very different to what we used to do. And when I first joined as a marketing manager, we were trying to build up student profiles for different program areas. And I think that's kind of like changing as well, because our student is getting a little bit younger than when it was 4 years ago. We are getting a lot more high school students coming through as well, high school straight into our foundations or certificate programs into diploma into now degree studies. So being able to understand who your student is something that the team will work with program managers to get that ideal profile.
Ideally.
So we can target them a little bit better.
So, you know, in an art school, you see, the first thing you do is go, who's teaching in the art school? That's how I made the decision about what art school I was going to go to. And if you go to art school pages, you'll see that they've got all of their staff research profiles and things on the front page.
And so that's where we also need to get to. And again, they are there. They're just, it's just getting them forefront. So
and
like
again, with the website changes, Catherine, we're hoping that once we are able to get specific web pages for different program areas, we can then categorize it or format it according to the needs of that specific target market.
Oh, there we go.
Costs
us some money.
Overall will have that, you know, generic sort of banner ad. We're going to be able to start, we'll have our new TVC up there and that'll be linked through.
So like there, we've got, there's you, some stories. So it's.
But when we get onto the program,
we want to make it a lot more interactive and include staff research, because you're right, because that's something that's been identified by environmental as well, that certain areas
and especially
really want that.
As well, you know, you definitely need to know who's going to be there supervising.
Student and staff research is a really important factor in the decision making. Yep. Yeah, so I hope that's the goal, is to...
Fingers crossed. We've been fighting this for a while. Website, it's not as easy for us to change because we don't actually technically build, we're not the architects of the website, so we've got to work in with the IT department, and they've been super busy with EER, with SIMS, Dashboard 4, and so many other things that they've
online
also got
enrollments.
to do. So priority was rolled out. Now I'm going to fight for our priority right now, because it's very, it's essential that we change our website to meet those changing requirements. Sorry, James.
Cool. So I guess I'll wrap it up there, unless there's any last minute burning questions. And like, honestly, just if you want to talk to me, just talk to me. Eh? Look, I'm here. We're here to work together to help each other. If you've got anything that you think, hey, this might be cool, let us know so we can try and come along and get some photos. I'm really short on a lot of areas photos, and we end up using like, you know, some of the photos we're using are from like 2013 and stuff like that for some departments, which that's not great, eh? So I want to get to a point where we're showing our students doing our courses, you know. So we're only going to get there with working together and letting us know when cool stuff's on. Cool? Sound good?
Fantastic. Well,
Yeah?
I've certainly, James, I've certainly learned a lot, because I'm not, program manager side of things. So in terms of the extra aspects of the role that program managers had to do in terms of putting out promotional material, I've learned quite a lot about that today. So it's been fantastic. So thank you, James. I'm sure James will be happy to answer any other questions later on. But round of applause, James.
Thanks everyone.